The uncomfortable truth, unveiling life's illusions. Prepare to have your preconceived notions of reality shattered. The essence of existence, often obscured by societal expectations and comforting lies, is far different from what we are led to believe. This isn't a saccharine self-help narrative designed to soothe your anxieties, it's a raw, unfiltered dose of Stoic wisdom that will challenge your deepest beliefs and force you to reevaluate your understanding of life's fundamental principles. Let's be brutally honest, much of what you believe about happiness, success, and love is a carefully constructed illusion, a fantasy peddled by a society that profits from your dissatisfaction. You've been told that happiness is the ultimate goal, that success is measured by wealth and status, and that romantic love will complete you, filling the void within. But these are all meticulously crafted lies, designed to keep you perpetually chasing a mirage, while the true essence of life slips unnoticed through your fingers. Take a moment to observe the world around you. People are more anxious, more depressed, more medicated, and more profoundly disconnected than ever before. We are drowning in material abundance, yet starving for genuine meaning and purpose. We possess more avenues for communication than any generation in history, yet struggle to forge authentic human connections. We've lost touch with the fundamental truths of existence, the timeless wisdom that has guided humanity for centuries. Do you honestly believe that this is what life is meant to be, an endless, frenzied pursuit of fleeting pleasures and hollow achievements? It's time to strip away the layers of illusion and confront the harsh, yet ultimately beautiful, truth about the nature of reality. The lessons I am about to share are not for the faint of heart. They will challenge your most deeply held beliefs and force you to confront uncomfortable aspects of yourself and the world around you. You may initially resist these truths, clinging to the comforting illusions you have always known. But if you are genuinely committed to living a life of meaning, purpose, and authenticity, you need to hear this, regardless of how unsettling it may be. Brace yourself, because this journey will undoubtedly be uncomfortable. But remember that discomfort is often the first and most crucial step towards profound growth and transformation. Open your mind, quiet your inner critic, and allow the journey to begin. 1. The comfort zone, a gilded cage of complacency. Let's delve into the seductive allure of comfort. You've been told that comfort is the ultimate aspiration, that a life free from stress, challenge, and discomfort is the ideal to strive for. But here's the brutal truth, your comfort zone is, in reality, your coffin, a gilded cage where dreams go to die, where potential is buried alive beneath layers of complacency. Think about it with brutal honesty, how many times have you settled for a mediocre job, a soul-crushing routine, or a passionless existence simply because it felt safe and secure? How many relationships have you remained in long past their expiration date because they were familiar and predictable, even though they were ultimately toxic and draining? How often do you consciously choose the easy path, the path of least resistance, because the challenging and uncertain road ahead fills you with trepidation? Comfort is a master of deception. It whispers sweet lies in your ear, telling you that you've earned the right to take it easy, to avoid risks, and to play it safe. It lulls you into a false sense of security, convincing you that you are content and fulfilled, when in reality you are merely stagnant and unfulfilled. But what comfort conveniently neglects to tell you is that it is simultaneously robbing you of your potential for growth, progress, and genuine vitality. When you consistently avoid discomfort, you are actively avoiding the very experiences that shape you, that build resilience, and that ultimately reveal who you truly are, deep down beneath the layers of societal conditioning and self-imposed limitations. Take a moment to consider the individuals who genuinely inspire you, the athletes who shatter records, the artists who create masterpieces, the entrepreneurs who disrupt industries, the adventurers who explore the uncharted territories of the world. Do you honestly believe that they achieved their extraordinary feats by remaining comfortably within their established boundaries? Absolutely not. They relentlessly pushed their limits, they fearlessly embraced failure as a learning opportunity, and they repeatedly stepped into the unknown, even when every fiber of their being screamed at them to retreat to safety. Comfort is a lie, a seductive and insidious poison that slowly and silently kills ambition, stifles creativity, and imprisons you, preventing you from reaching your true potential. If you genuinely desire to live a life of meaning, purpose, and profound impact, a life that truly matters, you must be willing to embrace discomfort as an essential ingredient for growth. You must cultivate the courage to take calculated risks, to face failure head-on, and to endure the inevitable pain that accompanies significant personal transformation. Start small, gradually expanding the boundaries of your comfort zone. Take cold showers in the morning to invigorate your body and mind. Speak up assertively in meetings, even when your voice trembles with nervousness. Approach that person you've been admiring from afar and initiate a conversation, even if it feels terrifying. Challenge yourself to learn a new skill that stretches your cognitive abilities. Travel alone to a foreign country, immersing yourself in unfamiliar cultures and experiences. Commit to doing something every single day that scares you, that pushes you beyond the perceived limitations of what you thought you were capable of. Remember this profound truth: growth begins precisely where your comfort zone ends. Each courageous step you take beyond the familiar boundaries of your comfort zone is a step towards your true self, a step towards a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and unwavering authenticity. Let me share a personal experience that vividly illustrates the transformative power of embracing discomfort. Years ago, I was trapped in a dead-end job that, on the surface, appeared to offer a comfortable and secure existence. It paid well, it was relatively easy, and it provided a predictable routine. But beneath the veneer of stability, I felt as though my soul was slowly being suffocated. I dreaded each day, feeling increasingly disconnected from my passions and purpose. Yet, I stubbornly remained in that position because it was comfortable, because it offered a sense of false security. Then, one day, I reached a breaking point. I realized that I could no longer tolerate the soul-crushing monotony of my existence. I made the terrifying decision to quit, without a concrete plan for the future, without a guaranteed source of income, and without the safety net of a conventional career path. It was undoubtedly one of the most frightening experiences of my life. But that initial jolt of discomfort, that plunge into the unknown, ultimately propelled me to discover my true passions and create a life that was aligned with my values. I struggled, I faced numerous setbacks, and I endured periods of intense uncertainty. But each failure taught me invaluable lessons in resilience, and each challenge shaped me into a stronger, more resourceful individual. It was only by consciously and deliberately stepping outside of my comfort zone that I was able to forge a life that was truly worth living, a life filled with meaning, purpose, and boundless joy. Your comfort zone is, indeed, your coffin, a stifling environment that will slowly suffocate your dreams and prevent you from realizing your full potential. Break free from its seductive grasp and begin truly living. Remember this profound truth: the most profound growth in life often emerges from the moments that challenge us the most, from the experiences that push us beyond our perceived limits. It is in those moments of discomfort, those trials by fire, that we discover our true strength, our deepest wisdom, and our most authentic selves. Do not allow the fear of discomfort to rob you of the extraordinary life you deserve. Embrace the challenge, step into the unknown, and unlock the boundless potential that lies dormant within you. 2. The tyranny of expectation, lowering the bar for inner peace. Let's confront the often unacknowledged tyranny of expectations. We all harbor them, to varying degrees, regarding ourselves, others, and the trajectory of our lives. We expect our friends to consistently be there for us, offering unwavering support and understanding. We expect our careers to soar to unprecedented heights, bringing us both financial abundance and profound professional fulfillment. We expect our romantic relationships to flawlessly fulfill us, providing a constant source of validation, excitement, and unconditional love. We expect life, in general, to unfold according to our meticulously crafted plans, progressing smoothly and predictably towards our desired outcomes. But here's the harsh and often unwelcome reality: expectation is, in many ways, the root of suffering, the source of countless disappointments and much of the misery that pervades modern life. Take a moment to reflect on the last time you experienced genuine disappointment, that feeling of being profoundly let down. Chances are, that disappointment stemmed directly from an unmet expectation. You expected something or someone to behave in a certain way, to deliver a specific outcome, and when reality failed to align with your preconceived notions, you felt hurt, angry, and disillusioned. Expectations essentially set us up for failure by creating a persistent gap between the objective reality of the present moment and our subjective desires for how things should be. This gap, this constant striving for something beyond our current reality, is where misery festers and grows. When we stubbornly cling to unrealistic or excessively high expectations, we essentially trap ourselves in a self-perpetuating cycle of constant disappointment and frustration. We become perpetually dissatisfied, unable to appreciate the present moment because we are constantly fixated on an idealized future that may never materialize. The world, in its indifferent vastness, owes us absolutely nothing. And the sooner we fully accept this fundamental truth, the sooner we can begin to cultivate genuine inner peace and contentment, regardless of external circumstances. I learned this profound lesson through personal experience, through a series of painful encounters with the unyielding nature of reality. For years, I labored under the expectation that my career would follow a specific, predetermined trajectory, leading me to positions of increasing influence, prestige, and financial reward. I harbored ambitious dreams and worked tirelessly to achieve them, pouring my heart and soul into my professional pursuits. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Promotions didn't materialize, opportunities slipped through my fingers, and I was repeatedly left feeling bitter, resentful, and utterly defeated. It wasn't until I consciously chose to release my rigid expectations, to relinquish my need for control, that I began to experience true contentment. I learned to appreciate the journey itself, the daily process of learning, growing, and contributing, rather than fixating solely on the elusive destination. By intentionally lowering my expectations, by focusing on gratitude for what is rather than lamenting what could have been, I opened myself up to the simple beauty of the present moment and discovered a profound sense of inner peace that had previously eluded me. This does not mean abandoning ambition or settling for mediocrity. It simply means approaching life with a more realistic and adaptable mindset, recognizing that the only thing we can truly control is our own response to the inevitable uncertainties and disappointments that life throws our way. 3. The ephemeral nature of friendship, accepting impermanence. Let's confront another difficult, yet ultimately liberating, truth about the nature of human relationships. Friendships, like all things in life, are inherently impermanent. You've likely been told, from a young age, that true friendships are eternal, that true friends stick by you through thick and thin, remaining steadfast companions throughout the entirety of your life's journey. But here's the often unacknowledged reality: friendships, like all aspects of the human experience, are subject to the relentless forces of change and impermanence. People evolve, circumstances shift, priorities realign, and that is perfectly natural and okay. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Think back to your childhood friends, your high school buddies, or even your college roommates. How many of those individuals are still actively and meaningfully involved in your life today? The reality is that as we grow, learn, and evolve as individuals, so too do our relationships. This is not necessarily a negative phenomenon, it is simply an inevitable consequence of the human condition. We often place immense and unrealistic pressure on ourselves and our friends to maintain the same level of closeness and connection throughout our lives, regardless of the significant changes and challenges we inevitably encounter. But this expectation is fundamentally unrealistic and can lead to unnecessary heartache, resentment, and feelings of failure when friendships inevitably shift and evolve. People naturally grow in different directions, pursuing different passions, forging different career paths, and establishing different priorities. Their interests may diverge, their values may shift, and sometimes, they simply outgrow the relationship, realizing that they no longer share the same fundamental connection they once did. I recall a particularly poignant example from my own life. My best friend from college and I were inseparable for years, sharing dreams, fears, and countless late-night conversations. We were convinced that our bond was unbreakable, that we would remain lifelong companions, supporting each other through all of life's inevitable trials and tribulations. But as we transition from the sheltered environment of academia into the complexities of the working world, our paths inevitably diverged. He moved to a different city to pursue a career opportunity, got married, started a family, and his life gradually became a different story, with different priorities and different concerns. At first, I experienced a deep sense of loss, as if a part of me was missing. I clung to the hope that we could somehow recapture the magic of our past connection, but the more I tried, the more distant we seemed to become. Eventually, I came to the painful realization that our friendship had served its purpose, that it had been beautiful and meaningful while it lasted, and that its eventual end did not diminish the value of the experiences we had shared. So, how do we navigate the inherent impermanence of friendships with grace and acceptance? Start by cherishing the moments you have with your friends now, fully appreciating the connection, the laughter, and the shared experiences that bring joy and meaning to your life. Understand that it is natural and inevitable for relationships to change, evolve, and sometimes fade away over time. When a friendship naturally fades, don't automatically view it as a personal failure or a reflection of your worthiness as a friend. Instead, recognize it as a chapter that has come to a natural end, making way for new connections, new experiences, and new opportunities for growth. Focus on cultivating quality over quantity in your friendships. It is far more valuable to have a few deep, meaningful, and supportive relationships than to spread yourself too thin, attempting to maintain a superficial connection with a large number of acquaintances. And most importantly, cultivate a deep and unwavering relationship with yourself. Be your own best friend, nurturing, supporting, and encouraging yourself through all of life's inevitable challenges and triumphs. Because you are the only constant in your life, the only person who will be with you from beginning to end. Friendships are not forever, and that's okay. Embrace the impermanence, celebrate the joyful times you've shared, and remain open to forming new connections with those who resonate with your current values and aspirations. Life is a continuous series of comings and goings, and each person you encounter, however briefly, adds to the richness and complexity of your journey. Remember this profound truth: friendships, like all things in life, are transient. They come into your life to teach you valuable lessons, to support you through challenging times, to grow alongside you, and sometimes, to gently part ways, allowing you to continue on your individual journey. By accepting this fundamental truth, you free yourself from the pain of clinging to what was and open your heart to the beauty of what is to come. Let go of the need for control, embrace the natural flow of life, and trust that the right people will always come into your life at the right time, for the right reasons. 4. Sacrifice, the price of greatness. Let's talk about sacrifice. In a world that constantly bombards you with messages to prioritize your own comfort, convenience, and immediate gratification, the concept of sacrifice might seem outdated, even archaic. But here's the hard, unvarnished truth: nothing worthwhile in life comes without sacrifice. You must be willing to give up something valuable, whether it be time, comfort, resources, or even aspects of your identity, in order to achieve your most deeply cherished goals. Reflect on the most meaningful and rewarding achievements in your life thus far. Did they come easily, without any effort or discomfort on your part? Or did they require you to make tough choices, to give up something you genuinely valued in order to pursue a greater purpose? The reality is that sacrifice is often the price of greatness, the currency with which we purchase our dreams. It is the willingness to endure discomfort, to delay gratification, and to prioritize long-term goals over short-term pleasures that ultimately separates those who achieve extraordinary things from those who merely dream about them. Sacrifice is not simply about giving up something tangible, it's about creating space for something even greater to emerge in its place. When you consciously choose to sacrifice your time, your comfort, or your financial resources, you are essentially investing in a future that holds more value and significance than your present convenience. You are signaling to the universe that you are willing to prioritize your long-term aspirations over your immediate desires, and that you are committed to doing whatever it takes to achieve your goals. I remember a time in my own life when I had to make a significant and deeply personal sacrifice in order to pursue my true passion. I had a stable job, a comfortable salary, and a predictable routine, all the hallmarks of a conventional and successful life. But deep down, I knew that I wasn't truly fulfilled. I harbored a burning desire to pursue my passion for writing, to dedicate my life to crafting stories that would inspire, challenge, and connect with readers on a profound level. But pursuing that dream meant quitting my secure job, stepping into the unknown world of freelancing, and facing the very real possibility of financial insecurity. It was one of the hardest decisions I have ever made, a choice that required me to sacrifice financial security, social status, and the predictability of a conventional career path. But that sacrifice, however difficult it was at the time, ultimately led me to a path of true fulfillment and purpose. So, how do we incorporate the principle of sacrifice into our daily lives, transforming it from a dreaded chore into a powerful tool for achieving our goals? Start by clearly identifying what you truly value in life. What are the goals, dreams, and aspirations that truly ignite your passion and give your life meaning? And then, honestly assess what you are willing to sacrifice in order to achieve those goals. If you aspire to build a successful career, you might have to sacrifice leisure time, sleep, social events, or even certain relationships that no longer align with your ambitions. If you desire to be healthy and physically fit, you might have to sacrifice indulgent foods, lazy weekends, and the comfort of your sedentary routine. Remember that every sacrifice you make is a step towards your ultimate goal, a conscious investment in your future self. Sacrifice is not about deprivation or self-punishment, it's about prioritization and strategic allocation of your limited resources. It's about focusing your energy and attention on what truly matters most to you, aligning your actions with your values, and consciously choosing to delay gratification for a greater and more meaningful reward in the long run. And the rewards of sacrifice are often far greater and more enduring than the temporary comfort or convenience you initially give up. Sacrifice is essential for achieving anything of lasting value. It is the foundation upon which all great achievements are built, the invisible force that propels individuals to overcome obstacles, persevere through setbacks, and ultimately realize their full potential. Embrace sacrifice as a necessary and transformative process, and understand that the pain of giving something up is temporary, while the rewards of achieving your goals are lasting and profound. Remember this fundamental truth: sacrifice is not a loss, it's a strategic gain. It's the process of consciously transforming your dreams into reality by willingly giving up something of lesser value in order to create space for something of far greater significance to emerge in its place. Embrace the power of sacrifice, and watch as your life unfolds in ways you never thought possible, filled with purpose, meaning, and boundless joy. Sacrifice is essential, not optional, and it is the key to unlocking a life of true fulfillment and extraordinary success. 5. The paradox of chasing love, finding yourself to find love. Let's talk about love, a topic that has captivated humanity for centuries and continues to fuel countless stories, songs, and philosophical debates. Society often perpetuates the idea that we must actively chase love, that it's something we need to relentlessly seek out, pursue, and ultimately capture in order to achieve happiness and fulfillment. But here's a potentially controversial truth that challenges this conventional wisdom: stop chasing love. Love is not something you find by desperately searching for it, it finds you when you are genuinely busy living your best life, when you are fully engaged in pursuing your passions and becoming the most authentic version of yourself. Reflect on the times in your life when you actively chased after love, when you prioritized finding a romantic partner above all else. How often did those pursuits end in disappointment, frustration, or even heartache? The more desperately we search for love, the more elusive it often becomes, slipping through our fingers like grains of sand. When we focus solely on finding love, we often compromise our values, settle for less than we truly deserve, and lose sight of who we truly are, sacrificing our own happiness and well-being in the pursuit of a fleeting and often illusory connection. Love is not a destination to be reached, it's a transformative journey to be embraced. It's not something you can force, manufacture, or control. True love happens organically, often when you least expect it, when you are authentically and unapologetically being yourself. It emerges when you are busy pursuing your passions, chasing your dreams, and cultivating a life that is filled with purpose and meaning, independent of any romantic relationship. I can speak from personal experience about the futility of chasing love. There was a time in my life when I believed that I needed to find love in order to feel complete, that I was somehow lacking something essential until I found my soulmate. I went on countless dates, tried to mold myself into what I thought others wanted, and desperately sought validation from potential partners. But all it brought me was emptiness, a profound sense of inadequacy, and a growing disconnect from my own authentic self. It wasn't until I stopped chasing love, relinquished my desperate need for external validation, and started focusing on myself, my personal growth, my passions, my happiness, that I finally found a relationship that truly mattered, a connection that was built on mutual respect, genuine appreciation, and unwavering support. So, how do we stop chasing love and start attracting it naturally, without sacrificing our own well-being in the process? Start by cultivating a deep and unwavering love for yourself. Invest time and energy in your personal growth, pursuing hobbies and passions that make you feel alive, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and building a life that you genuinely love, independent of any romantic relationship. When you are genuinely happy and fulfilled on your own, you radiate a natural confidence, authenticity, and joy that naturally attract love into your life, without you having to actively seek it out. Focus on building meaningful connections with people who share your interests and values, rather than solely pursuing romantic prospects. Engage in activities that bring you joy and allow you to connect with others on a deeper level. Let relationships develop organically, allowing them to unfold at their own natural pace, without forcing or rushing the process. Remember that love is not a checklist of qualities to be found in another person, it's a profound connection that grows over time, often when you are not actively seeking it. Stop chasing love as if it were the missing piece to your puzzle. Instead, focus on becoming whole and happy on your own, cultivating a life that is rich, meaningful, and fulfilling, regardless of your relationship status. Love will come when the time is right, and it will be a beautiful addition to an already fulfilling life, rather than the sole source of your happiness. Remember this profound truth: the more you chase love, the more it eludes you. Love is not a goal to be achieved, it's a gift to be received, a natural consequence of living a life filled with passion, purpose, and unwavering authenticity. Live your life with passion and purpose, embrace your unique gifts and talents, and love will find you in its own time, when you are least expecting it. Stop chasing love and start truly living, and you will find that the love you attract is far more genuine, fulfilling, and enduring than anything you could have ever chased down. 6. The fallacy of majority rule, questioning the status quo. Let's challenge another deeply ingrained societal belief, the assumption that the majority is always right. Society often pressures us to conform, to follow the crowd, and to accept that what the majority believes must be the correct and truthful perspective. But here's a controversial truth that flies in the face of this conventional wisdom: the majority is often wrong. Just because most people believe something to be true does not automatically make it so. It is essential to cultivate a critical and independent mind, to question popular opinions, and to think for yourself, regardless of how unpopular your conclusions may be. History is replete with examples of the majority being disastrously wrong, clinging to false beliefs and perpetuating injustices that caused immense suffering and harm. Think about it for a moment. At one time, the vast majority of people believed that the earth was flat. The majority supported witch hunts, religious persecution, slavery, and countless other atrocities that we now recognize as morally reprehensible. It's crucial to remember that popular opinion is not a reliable indicator of truth. It is often influenced by misinformation, propaganda, emotional appeals, and a host of other factors that can distort our perception of reality. So, why do we tend to blindly follow the majority, even when our intuition tells us something is amiss? It's often rooted in fear, fear of being different, fear of standing alone, fear of ridicule or ostracization. We crave belonging, acceptance, and validation from others, and we are often willing to compromise our own beliefs and values in order to avoid social disapproval. But true wisdom, genuine understanding, and lasting progress come from questioning the status quo, from challenging conventional wisdom, and from thinking critically and independently about the world around us. Don't let the fear of standing out or being labeled as difficult keep you from seeking the truth, even when it challenges the prevailing narrative. I learned this lesson early in life, often feeling like an outsider because I questioned assumptions and challenged beliefs that everyone else seemed to accept without hesitation. Growing up, I always had doubts about what others took for granted. I was often labeled as difficult or rebellious, but the more I questioned, the more I discovered that many accepted truths were simply convenient lies, misconceptions, or outdated paradigms that no longer served us. This relentless journey of questioning, seeking, and independent thinking ultimately led me to a more authentic and fulfilling life, one that was grounded in my own values and principles, rather than blindly following the dictates of the crowd. So, how do we apply this principle of questioning the majority in our daily lives? Start by diligently educating yourself. Read widely from diverse sources, explore different perspectives, and don't accept information at face value without critical evaluation. Dig deeper, challenge assumptions, and seek out evidence to support or refute claims. When faced with a popular opinion, ask yourself, does this truly make sense? Is there reliable evidence to support this belief? Who benefits from this belief being widespread? What are the potential downsides of accepting this as truth? Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who encourage you to think critically, and who are not afraid to disagree with you. Engage in conversations with those who hold different perspectives, even if those perspectives make you uncomfortable. It's through these interactions, these challenges to your own beliefs, that we grow, refine our understanding, and develop a more nuanced perspective on the world. Be open to changing your mind when presented with new evidence or compelling arguments. It's a sign of intellectual strength, not weakness, to be able to admit when you are wrong and to adapt your beliefs in light of new information. The majority is often wrong, and even when they are not, blindly following the crowd can stifle your creativity, limit your potential, and prevent you from discovering your own unique truth. Don't be afraid to stand alone, to be the voice of reason in a sea of conformity, to challenge the prevailing narrative and advocate for what you believe to be right, even when it's unpopular. It's through these acts of courage, these moments of independent thought, that progress is made, that society evolves, and that we ultimately find our own authentic path in life. Remember this profound truth: blindly following the crowd can lead you astray, but seeking your own path, guided by critical thinking, independent inquiry, and a relentless pursuit of truth, will lead you to a life of wisdom, authenticity, and lasting fulfillment. The majority is often wrong, but you don't have to be. Question, challenge, and think for yourself. That is the true path to wisdom, understanding, and a life lived on your own terms. 7. The virtue of patience, enduring with purpose. Let's explore the often overlooked virtue of patience, a quality that seems increasingly rare and undervalued in our fast-paced, instant gratification-obsessed world. We live in a society that constantly tells us to want everything now, to expect immediate results, and to view waiting as a waste of time. But here's the truth: patience is power. True power lies in the ability to wait, to endure, to persevere, and to trust that the seeds you are planting today will eventually bear fruit, even if you don't see the immediate results. Think about it for a moment. We've been conditioned to believe that faster is always better, that efficiency is the ultimate virtue, and that waiting is a sign of weakness or failure. But the greatest achievements, the most profound experiences, and the most lasting relationships often require immense patience, the willingness to invest time and effort without expecting immediate returns. The ability to wait, to endure setbacks, and to persist in the face of adversity is a rare but essential virtue, one that separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. Nature itself teaches us the value of patience. Trees don't grow to towering heights overnight, they require years of patient nurturing, weathering countless storms and enduring long periods of dormancy. Rivers don't carve deep valleys in a single day, they gradually erode the landscape over millennia, patiently shaping the earth with their persistent flow. The most beautiful and enduring things in life take time to develop, and yet, we often forget this fundamental lesson in our relentless rush to achieve and acquire. I learned the power of patience through my own life's journey, often through painful and humbling experiences. There was a time when I wanted everything immediately: success in my career, fulfillment in my relationships, and absolute clarity in my purpose. I rushed headlong into various endeavors, expecting instant results, and became easily discouraged when things didn't unfold according to my timeline. But every time I rushed, I stumbled, made mistakes, and ultimately sabotaged my own progress. It wasn't until I consciously embraced patience, surrendered my need for control, and learned to trust the process that I began to see real and lasting progress in my life. I learned to appreciate the journey itself, to find joy in the daily process of learning and growing, rather than fixating solely on the elusive destination. So, how do we cultivate patience in our own lives, transforming it from a passive waiting game into an active and empowering force? Start by setting realistic expectations for yourself and for the world around you. Understand that meaningful achievements require time, effort, and consistent dedication. Practice mindfulness and strive to be fully present in the moment, rather than constantly looking ahead to the future or dwelling on the past. When faced with challenges and setbacks, remind yourself that perseverance is key, that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, and that the ability to patiently navigate difficult times is a sign of strength and resilience. Patience is not passive, it's an active and deliberate choice to stay the course, to trust that your efforts will eventually yield results, and to find joy in the process, regardless of the outcome. Patience also means being kind and compassionate to yourself. Don't rush your personal growth or healing, allow yourself the time and space you need to evolve, to learn from your mistakes, and to embrace your imperfections. Celebrate small victories along the way, and understand that setbacks are a normal and inevitable part of the journey. Patience with yourself is just as important as patience with external circumstances. It's the foundation of self-acceptance, self-compassion, and a deep and unwavering belief in your own potential. Patience is power, it's the quiet strength that keeps you going when everything else tells you to give up, the unwavering inner peace that comes from knowing that time is on your side. Embrace patience as a guiding principle in your life, and you will find that you are more resilient, more focused, and ultimately more successful in achieving your goals. Remember this profound truth: in a world obsessed with instant results, patience is a superpower. It allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace, wisdom, and unwavering determination. By practicing patience, you harness the true power to shape your own destiny, to create a life that is aligned with your values, and to achieve your full potential, regardless of the external pressures and expectations that surround you. Patience is not just about waiting, it's about enduring with purpose, trusting the process, and cultivating the inner strength to persevere until you reach your desired destination. Embrace it fully, and unlock the extraordinary potential that lies dormant within you. We've journeyed through some harsh, yet ultimately transformative, truths today, challenging long-held assumptions and confronting uncomfortable realities. These lessons challenge us to look at life from a radically different perspective, to question what we've been taught, and to find strength in places we never thought to look. They push us to grow, to evolve, and to live more authentically, aligning our actions with our deepest values and embracing the fullness of the human experience. Life isn't easy, and it's not supposed to be. It's a continuous series of trials, triumphs, and transformations, each shaping us into the individuals we are meant to become. Each of these lessons serves as a compass, guiding you through the complexities of existence, offering insights, and providing direction when you feel lost or overwhelmed. They're not meant to be comfortable or easy to digest, but rather to provoke thought, spark change, and inspire resilience in the face of adversity. Remember that it's okay to struggle, it's okay to feel lost at times, and it's okay to question everything you've ever been told. The path to wisdom, authenticity, and lasting fulfillment is rarely a straight line, it's a winding road filled with unexpected turns, challenges, and detours. Embrace the journey with all its imperfections, let go of the need for control and perfection, and allow yourself the grace to grow at your own pace, in your own unique way. Look around you, and recognize that the world is full of people just like you, navigating their own challenges, learning their own lessons, and striving to live a life that is meaningful and authentic. You are not alone in your struggles. Draw strength from the shared human experience, connect with others who resonate with your values, and find solace in the knowledge that you are part of something larger than yourself. But also, remember to cultivate inner peace and self-sufficiency, finding joy and contentment within yourself, independent of external validation or approval. These lessons are not just abstract concepts or philosophical musings, they are a call to action, a challenge to live deeply and intentionally, to question everything, to challenge the status quo, to grow beyond your comfort zone, and to find beauty in the struggle and joy in the journey. Life is fleeting, unpredictable, and often unfair. But it is also incredibly precious, filled with boundless potential, and brimming with opportunities for growth, connection, and profound meaning. Before you die, I urge you to fully embrace these truths, let them guide you, challenge you, and empower you to live a life that is truly extraordinary. Live boldly, love deeply, learn continuously, and never stop seeking the wisdom that lies both within you and all around you. This is your life, your story, your opportunity to make a lasting impact on the world. Define it on your own terms, embrace its inherent imperfections, and create a legacy that will inspire generations to come. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for embarking on this journey of self-discovery with me. And always remember, the journey is yours to define.